Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough invention, every remarkable success story, every extraordinary life began in exactly the same place. It began not in the hands, not in the external world, but in the mind. Achievement is psychological before it is practical. It is mental before it is physical. It is inner before it is outer. The truth is this: the way you think, the way you see yourself, the way you program your mind, these shape every decision you make and every action you take. And in the end, they shape your destiny. When I was younger, I worked as a laborer, moving boxes and digging ditches. I had no education, no money, and no clear future. Yet one day I asked myself, why are some people more successful than others? Why do some rise to the top while others remain stuck? That single question sent me on a journey that changed my life. Over the years, I discovered that success is not an accident. It follows laws, psychological principles that anyone can learn and apply. Today, I want to share with you 10 of the most powerful insights about the psychology of achievement. If you understand them, and more importantly, if you apply them, you can completely transform the trajectory of your life. First, achievement begins in the mind before it appears in reality. Everything you see around you, the chair you're sitting on, the building you're in, the technology you use, was once just a thought in someone's mind. Edison imagined the light bulb before he created it. The Wright brothers imagined flight before they built an airplane. Your life works the same way. Whatever you consistently hold in your mind, you will eventually hold in your hand. Achievement is created twice, first in your imagination, and then in the physical world. If you want to change your life, start by changing your thoughts. Second, your self-image sets the boundaries of what you believe is possible. You will never rise higher than the picture you hold of yourself. If you see yourself as average, you will behave in ways that keep you average. If you see yourself as capable, talented, and worthy, you will step into opportunities others shy away from. I remember when I first moved into sales, I was terrified. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not like those confident salespeople. But then I learned something powerful: your self-image can be changed. I began to repeat affirmations. I started visualizing myself closing sales, speaking confidently, succeeding. Slowly, my actions caught up with my new image. You become what you think about most of the time. If you want to achieve more, begin by seeing yourself as the kind of person who achieves more. Third, clarity of goals shapes the direction of your life. Imagine driving through fog. You move slowly, hesitantly, unsure where the road leads. That's how most people live, without clarity. Now imagine driving on a clear day with a map in hand. You move quickly, confidently, directly. That's the power of goals. When I started setting goals, everything changed. I wrote down specific targets for income, health, and learning, and those goals became a magnet, pulling me forward. And here's the remarkable part: when you are clear about what you want, your subconscious mind begins working night and day to make it real. People without goals drift. People with goals drive. Fourth, and your beliefs and attitudes act as invisible forces. If you believe you can, you will find a way. If you believe you can't, and no amount of opportunity will matter. Your beliefs are the foundation of your psychology. Think of Roger Bannister, the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. For years, experts said it was physically impossible. Yet Bannister believed differently. And once he broke the barrier, dozens of others followed within months. Why? Because the belief changed. Examine your own beliefs. Are they empowering you or limiting you? If you want to change your life, change the stories you tell yourself about what's possible. Fifth, the power of focus determines whether potential turns into results. We all have incredible potential, but potential means nothing without focus. The sun's rays can warm, but when focused through a magnifying glass, they can set fire. Focus turns scattered energy into unstoppable power. Early in my career, I was scattered. I tried 10 things at once, making little progress in any. Then I learned the principle of concentration. Identify the most important task and work on it until it's complete. That single habit doubled, then tripled my productivity. Ask yourself daily, what is the one thing I can do right now that will make the biggest difference? Then focus on it with everything you've got. Sixth, self-discipline is the bridge from thought to action. Dreams are easy. Discipline is hard. Yet discipline is the price of achievement. It is the ability to do what you should do, whether you feel like it or not. When I began writing books, I discovered that inspiration is unreliable. If I waited to feel motivated, I would never finish. So I disciplined myself to write a little every day, no matter what. Page by page, the books were completed. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from procrastination, from regret, from wasted potential. Build the muscle of discipline, and you will achieve what others only dream about. Seventh, resilience and persistence create unstoppable momentum. Every path to success is littered with obstacles. You will fail. You will face rejection. But none of that matters if you persist. Think of Edison. Thousands of failed experiments before one light bulb worked. Think of Colonel Sanders, rejected over 1,000 times before someone agreed to serve his recipe. When I was selling door to door, I heard, "No," more times than I can count. But I made a rule: for every 10 doors that shut, one would open. That mindset gave me resilience. Eventually, the yeses outweighed the nos, and success followed. Persistence turns impossibility into inevitability. Eighth, continuous learning expands your capabilities. The world is changing rapidly. What you know today may be obsolete tomorrow. That's why the most successful people are perpetual students. They read, they listen, they attend seminars, they learn from every mistake. I turned my car into a mobile classroom, listening to audio programs as I drove. That habit alone gave me an informal education equivalent to a degree, and it gave me confidence, strategies, and ideas that fueled my growth. The more you learn, the more you earn, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Make learning a lifelong priority. Ninth, your environment and relationships shape your psychology. You cannot soar like an eagle if you surround yourself with turkeys. The people around you influence your attitude, your habits, and ultimately your results. Jim Rohn said it best: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at your 5. Do they lift you up or pull you down? Do they encourage achievement or excuse mediocrity? When I changed my circle, spending time with ambitious, positive, driven people, my own mindset transformed. Achievement became normal, not exceptional. Choose your environment wisely, because it will either nurture or destroy your psychology of achievement. 10th, achievement is not an event. It is a mindset. Many people think of achievement as a destination. Once I reach this goal, then I'll be successful. But true achievement is not a single accomplishment. It is a way of thinking, a continuous journey. The psychology of achievement is about becoming the kind of person who sets goals, believes in themselves, disciplines their actions, persists through setbacks, learns every day, and surrounds themselves with excellence. When you think this way, achievement is not something you do once. It becomes who you are. So, my friends, here is the call to action. Your future is not determined by luck or fate. It is determined by your mind, by the way you think, by the psychology you cultivate. Right now, you have everything you need to change your life. The seeds of achievement are already within you. The only question is, will you nurture them? Will you take control of your thoughts, your beliefs, your focus, your discipline, your learning, and your relationships? If you do, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So don't wait for tomorrow. Begin today. Take one idea from this message and put it into practice right now. Because achievement is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Thank you.